Shut your mouth when I'm filming. So, sorry, I was just talking to my daughter. I'm not a perfect parent. I'm okay with this. There's no such thing as perfection. Welcome back to the Vi channel. And this episode we're going to cover help for lazy parents. Pretty good. Welcome back to the Vi channel. It's been a while since I've made a video, so I'm going to have to fill you in on what's been going on and why I haven't made a video in a while. So I'll do that real quick. First, let's see. We got hit with 2 flus, 2 bugs, so everyone was down and puking, and fluids were coming out of every possible place that they can come out. So that was pretty nasty, actually. Ugh. Anyway, so everyone's good now, but I had to recuperate as well. So, and funny enough, I didn't catch the flu myself. Not all the symptoms where I was throwing up or anything, but it was more like just felt like heavy, if you will, like there was a fog in my head. But we'll talk about that another time and my theory on why I didn't get sick or all the symptoms. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Well, today's video, what we're talking about is good parents. Help. My parents are not cool. Help. My parents are not good parents. This video is not directed towards mothers or fathers individually. This is for both parents. So if a household has 1 parent or 2, it's for any parent that's within that household. Okay. So I wanted to go over what I think makes a good parent first. And I think a good parent is one that talks to their child, that spends time with them, that's there for them when they're sad, happy. I know some parents can't always spend too much time because maybe their work schedule is hard or long, whatever you want to call it. But you can certainly try to at least sit down to dinner together and chat for a few minutes. Or if you notice that your child is not feeling too well or is down, take a few minutes from your busy schedule to talk to them and see what's going on and pry. And they'll tell you they don't like it, but you just do what you do and pry anyway, because eventually it'll show that you care and that you're concerned. So doing things like that, I think, really help with the relationship. And not at first. Let me just cover that. When you start prying, they're going to be a little defensive, especially if you don't do it often. They're going to think that you're up to something, which truly we are. But we're not being sneaky. We sincerely care about the children. And I shouldn't really use the word children, because a kid grows up to be 20, 30, 40, you're still your child, and you still want to take time to know that they're okay and how they're feeling about things. But yeah, so anyway, that's what makes a good parent, in my opinion. Also try to do activities with them. Take time to see what's going on in school and see if they need any help. Or if you can guide them a little better, put them back on path so they can achieve success, right? I mean, I think those are all the qualities of a good parent. And of course, yes, you can be a friend, but not a best friend, not a sister. Your child is your child, and they need guidance. So that friendship crap, it doesn't work. You can be cool, you can joke around, but when you need to get on your job, then do your job as a parent. That's your responsibility, and it's not always easy. It's actually crappy. I always say being a dad is the crappiest job I've ever had. Only when I have to get tough and firm, because no one likes doing that. You always want to be the good guy that everybody loves, or the good person, good mom, whatever. But it can't always be like that, and that's okay, because when those kids grow up and they have their own children, they're going to appreciate what you did. Granted, you did it right, or somewhere along those lines, because being a parent, you never do anything perfect, and a lot of mistakes are made. So those are good qualities. Now I want to go over what makes you a crappy parent, and this is actually hilarious because, being a single father, I've met a lot of women out there that are single mothers, and some of them are really good, and some of them just are delusional. And I'll tell you, I'm not gonna be with someone that I'm gonna bring home and they're gonna treat my kids the way they treat their own kids. Not that I'm looking for anyone to take care of my kids, because I can do that on my own. But when you share your life with someone, you certainly want someone that has the same synergy or good synergy with you, or shares the same path as far as parenting and having a good family life, right? So let me give you some examples of what I see. I met this one girl, and I thought she was awesome. I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So in my opinion, I thought she was beautiful, and, classy, and just a lot of fun. I mean, I saw these comments that she would post, inspirational comments that were awesome, and I was like, wow, look how positive, look how energetic. And then all these pictures of her children, and I even saw videos of her with her child, or children, some of her kids, I'm not sure, she had a few kids, but anyway, the point is that I saw these videos of her hanging out with her kids and doing some exercises, and I'm thinking, wow, this is the person that I'd like to get to know. Well, we got to know each other, and of course, the same illusion was maintained for a while, but as I started going over more and spending more time, I started noticing some things. I started noticing that those Facebook posts were not real. They were just for Facebook, just to paint this illusion that, yeah, I'm this perfect parent. And then another time, smaller child came over, little baby had a diaper that was like 4 hours old, okay, full of urine. Now, kid doesn't pee on himself, or number two, you don't need to change the diaper, right? I mean, give him a bath, yes, don't reuse the diaper, that's nasty. But anyway, the point is that I was there, and the older daughter's like, hey mom, are you gonna change this little girl's diaper? That was her older sister. It's been 4 hours since I told you she was pee and poop, and mom's just sitting there on her phone, texting, playing video games, and I'm like, oh wow, this is not good. You don't do that. If you leave a diaper on for too long, what's going to happen? You're going to get this diaper rash, and the poor baby's in pain. Let's see. I started noticing something else as well. That when we would go out, the teenager was left to do the role of the mother. Let me just touch on that a little bit. It's okay to have your older child to do some of the babysitting. I mean, that's fine. That teaches them for the future, for when they have their own children. And also, they're pulling their own weight. They're helping out so that mom and dad can escape maybe for a few hours and have some fun of their own, decompress, if you will. But this kid was cleaning up. The house would be destroyed. And this poor kid was left to babysit, clean, parent the other children. And I noticed that pattern. And I said, this is not a good parent. This is not someone that I can respect. Now, there's people that are okay with that. Me personally, no way. I mean, how's that person going to treat me if they treat their own kids like complete crap? So those are just a few examples. If you're going out and you're drinking while you're driving with your kids in the car, you're a bad parent. If you're not talking to your kids and you ignore them, you're a bad parent. If you leave your baby walking around for 6 hours with a wet diaper or poopy diaper, you're not a bad parent. You're a shitty ass parent, and you shouldn't have kids. That's just the way I feel about it. Now, did I make mistakes as a father when my kids were growing up? Yes, lots. And every time I made a mistake, I try to learn from it and do better and do better. And guess what, guys? The same mistakes, there's some mistakes that I still make over and over again that I haven't learned yet. But I recognize that, and I'm trying. Does that make me a great parent? No. But at least I'm a conscious and aware parent, and I'm trying to make those changes. Where there's other parents that post videos, like this mom that posts on Facebook, and this other dad that I've seen, posts videos on Facebook about how they go out drinking and they needed some me time, and they really don't do anything as it is. So what me time is it? This one dad has no job. The wife is a nurse that works her ass off at night while this guy sits around at his pool drinking. And then the girl does the same thing. The guy goes off to work, and they're not doing anything with the kids. They just sit texting and social media and all this neat stuff. And it's like, what about your children? What are you doing for your kids? Now, me personally, I used to have a Facebook page, and I used to go ahead and post pictures and videos and all this neat crap. And I said, you know what? Why? I can use Google Drive, upload all my videos to save them. I don't need to share my every intimate moment with the world. It's none of their damn business. But then you have these other parents that are just faking the funk. And that's exactly what they're doing, faking the funk, perpetrating a lie. And they go around pointing to other people saying they're crappy parents, the parents that actually try and work their butts off, right? And they're doing nothing themselves. And some of these guys even go as far as pretending they're victims. I know, I'm getting off topic here, but there's so much to cover, so little time. I don't know which parent you are. If you're one of those bad parents that I mentioned, and by the way, when I say bad parent and I give my opinion, it's just my opinion. Don't be offended. That's how I feel about it. And everything is perception. If you feel that you're a good parent and you want to believe that, and you're happy with what you're doing, then only you are going to be okay with yourself. And only you will deal with the repercussions when those kids are older and you're alone. Because make no mistake, that's what's going to happen. You will be alone. Those kids do not forget. 40 years later, 50 years later, they still remember it like it was yesterday. It's just something that you'll have to deal with. Just like something I had to deal with the mistakes I've made in my past. Okay! Yeah, so moving on. I like to yell every now and then. It creates a little bit of energy. I know I'm weird like that. It's okay. But anyway, if you're one of those parents, good news is you can stop right now. Change it up. Make things work for you and your kid, because just because it works for one family doesn't mean it's going to work for the other, right? So take time, figure out your steps, figure out how you're going to be involved in your kid's life, because they need you. When you're not there, it causes long-term damage. Believe that. So be there, be present, talk to them, spend time with them. Don't just pretend like you're a good parent. Don't pretend like you give a crap. Actually give a crap. Your kids are not your slaves. They're supposed to help and work. But that means you're supposed to work too. You're supposed to lead the way as a parent. I don't believe in kids just sitting around and being lazy and living off a maid, or, oh, poor Timmy, he's so little, he shouldn't have to clean up anything. Bullshit. Timmy needs to get his butt up and help out pick up his toys, learn how to keep things organized. It's going to help him in the future when he's an adult. But don't send your kid in to do 2 hours of kitchen work when you yourself wouldn't do it. It's not cool. And I'm not saying it's just towards women, it's men too. Because these days, listen, the way it works is this. You have a partnership, right? So back in the day in the 50s, delusional assholes, they were like, the woman's supposed to stay at home. And look at this vacuum cleaner for her. She's gonna love it. Vacuum away, honey. I know it's what you wanted for Christmas. Hey, fuck you. Keep your vacuum cleaner, okay? And that goes for both men and women. But anyway, today, it can be the woman going to work or the man. Doesn't matter. And the way I feel is, no one is more superior than the other. Just because you're working at a job that brings in dollars doesn't mean that you're superior to the person that stays at home. Because guess what? They're enabling you to go to work. They're holding the weight down at home, making sure the kids are safe, making sure the house is clean. Guess what? If you've been nice, you might even get some dinner. If they have time. I mean, it all depends, right? I mean, it's not like the person working has dinner ready right when they get home too. No, it doesn't work that way. So, if one is working and the other one's at home, show your appreciation to that person and work. Do your part. Not put your kid to do the work. And that's another episode I'm going to do with relationship and marriages, or whatever you want to call it, partnerships. It doesn't matter. It can be man, man, woman, woman, vice versa. Well, I just said vice versa. Man, woman, woman, man. It doesn't matter. But that's another episode that I want to touch on. You know, mutual respect and appreciation and consideration and all that neat shit. But don't slave your kid away. It's not cool. Be a good parent. Get off your ass. Do your part. Don't just depend on everyone else. Just because because you donated the sperm for the child doesn't make you superior, and your job is not done. Good for you, you injected some sperm. And for you ladies who think that just because you birthed a child, you're done. No, just because you birthed a child doesn't mean you have the right to live off someone for the rest of your life and put your kids to work. That kid should be grateful to you for doing the right things while they're inside of your body so that they can come out fully formed and healthy. And should thank the parents for donating the semen, the sperm, right? I know, it's kind of weird. But just because you had a child or you donated the sperm doesn't mean you're done. It doesn't mean, okay, I get to take a break and live off someone. No. Get your ass to building a future. Teach your kids how to build their own future. Don't just depend on them to be little ant soldiers that just work all the time. Yeah, I get a little frustrated with this topic because it's something I firmly believe in. I don't believe in kids just being used like that. I don't believe in people being used, period. You don't do that. When I was younger, I did a little bit of using myself. And karma came back and smacked me around really good. Good lesson to learn. I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm certainly not sorry for it, because I grew and I learned. I was sorry for it at the time. And yes, I am sorry, I guess. I'm not sorry for receiving karma, that's what I mean. Just for clarification. So, guys, if you feel you're a crappy parent yourself, do something about it. You can change it right now, it's not over. Even if your kid doesn't talk to you, it's not over. You can still fix things. You can still make it better. As long as we're above ground, there's always a chance. It's when you're dead that it's over, it's done. But it's not done yet. We're not done yet. And if you're a good parent, congratulations. But don't think you're the best parent and you deserve some multi-award, whatever it is, a grand prize. This is an honor to be a parent. It is an honor. You were blessed. So many parents out there that can't even have kids for one reason or another. So recognize that for what it is, an honor, a privilege to have a child, to raise, to teach. It's a very tricky job. And just like anything, you get too cocky, you'll slip up. I know. So hopefully I haven't ranted too long, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm not trying to insult anyone. I'm just trying to help people wake up like I needed to wake up in the past. And making this video doesn't make me a great parent. I'm just glad that I can pass along some of my mistakes so that some of you don't make the same mistakes. And if you have, know that it can be fixed. And fixed, you say fixed how? Well, after you make the mistake, it's kind of like a car accident. And you buy this brand new car, whatever it is, and you get into a fender bender and you have it fixed. Well, maybe it never looks the same. You always know that dent's there, and you never feel the same about the car, but it still looks better than it was before it was fixed, right? So same thing, same rules apply. You make a bad mistake, you make a big mistake, fix it. Yeah, maybe it won't be the same, but you still fixed it. You're still trying, and that will be recognized. Believe it. It will. So if you guys want to leave some comments down there, please do so. If you're not happy with what I said, I want to hear about it. If you want to call me an asshole, please do. Those kind of comments make me laugh. I'm an asshole. I am an asshole. And maybe it's because I'm too truthful about things. I don't know. Too honest. I'm okay with this. I'll be back soon with my next episode. Remember, that episode is going to be about couples appreciation, consideration, all the Asians, and all that neat shit. Okay?